Well, I know you speak a lot on, maintaining balance and stress and topics in that area of just generally I would call balance.
Right.
And we certainly hear from a lot of our clients, a lot of them are entrepreneurs, and they're struggling with balancing kind of work and family and all kinds of things they're trying to balance, this little yin-yang.
Yeah.
And so what would you say to those clients about kind of the whole struggle of balance? What advice would you offer them?
Well, I think we have to revisit the idea of balance. Mm-hmm. Balance used to be getting home at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, right, and a wife at home who's right, been busy all day. Sure. That's not the case for most people. Mm-hmm. So when I work with balance, I try to deal with ingredients in people's lives. And so the first ingredient I have them look at is perspective. If they were to take a mental helicopter and look at their lives, what's going on? Is this a particularly busy time that's going to end, or is it going to, do you need to somehow figure out how to work your way through it because it's not going to end? Right. With entrepreneurs in particular, they really work very, very hard and long hours. But it's generally for a purpose that they believe in, and so that purpose needs to be front and center, and they need to remind themselves of that purpose. The meaning of their work. Spirituality comes into that. Sure. What's my role in life? What am, right, what is my, what are my special gifts that need to be developed? And so perspective is the big picture of your life. And I think if you've got a good idea about why you're doing things and what's exciting about it and why it's important right now. I'm a young mom at home with her kids. Why is that important right now? And if you can answer that question, then that actually, I think, is a moderator between the stress and strain. Sure. Stress is good. Right. It gets you out of bed in the morning, but strain is not so good. Right. But if you can remember why. The second ingredient that I love to talk about is autonomy, which has to do with choices and control of your life. And the way you get control is skills, is to learn. We want our kids to stay in school so they can leave a job that they don't like. Sure. And but also I ask myself, what am I getting better at every year? Right. What's new that's on my that's on my agenda or my resume? And so I think you can build your autonomy by building your skills and making progress. The third ingredient is connectedness. Sure. And I think we're in a connectedness crisis today. I really think there's a lot of isolation. I've been trying to figure it out, and I almost think it's television and air conditioning that keeps people off the front porch, where they used to be neighbors. Sure. And so I think that we need to be a lot more intentional about connecting with people. It's not going to happen just naturally. I love this new book called In the Neighborhood, where the guy realized he didn't know his neighbors, so he started asking people for a sleepover. Oh, really? And one guy finally said, okay, you can come over and sleep over. And he got to know the guy. He went to the health club with him the next day. And he actually did something about the connectedness, the lack of that was in his life. And I think at the work site we have to be really, really intentional about helping managers connect with the people they support and depend upon, and so that's one of our big things that we do. And then the last part of balance is your health and your well-being, and how you are treating your body. And so if you've just moved, and let's say your connectedness is low and you're not even sure whether you're going to like where you are, now might be the time to work on your body. Right. So I think they can balance each other out. But when I look at myself and I say, how are things going? I look at those 4 ingredients. Do I kind of know why I'm doing what it is? Have I taken that helicopter? Am I getting better at the things that I'd like to get better at? Am I connected to people? And then am I taking care of myself? And I think if we paid more attention to those ingredients rather than judge ourselves by time, that we'd probably have a more balanced life.
Sure. Absolutely. Love it.